Okay, notice how right there we're getting this major chord? That's kind of an example of a pattern that works really well at the end of a phrase. You know, it sounds like a nice resolution. But then he's going to take that shape. Notice the shape of my hand, my left hand right now. He's just going to slide it up. Okay, notice how that creates a little bit more of tension. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. He's going to slide it up again. I think it's really gorgeous. Sorry, I kind of played it wrong. And then he's going to let that fall back down. And that's a pattern, again, kind of falling down closer to resolving the tension. And we end on that chord. Okay, this is that chord we really want to resolve. But then he adds one extra little trick. The names of these notes right here, when we get to the top here, you start to get a F sharp, G sharp. Those are those two notes that make this a really, really, really lovely chord that sounds grounded, kind of like a medieval cadence, you know, at the end of a, you know, a beautiful plain chant. When you get those two notes, he's actually going to duplicate those notes way up high. And add this extra little note right there, again, recycling the pattern. Those two notes right there, F sharp, G sharp, he just takes that pattern and flips it all the way up here on the top of the guitar, F sharp, G sharp, and adds one extra note for color and spice and gorgeousness. And there you are. He just took this chord and moved it all the way up here. Really, 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 really gorgeous, really cool example of patterns being used throughout this piece. And if you just take this and run with it right now, you know, you may not even consider yourself a creator. I think deep down, every single one of us is a creator. I'd be really interested to know, you know, let me know if there's something that you do create right now that you know, you're very passionate about. But if not, let me know if there's something you've always dreamed of creating also. I'm really curious to know. That helps me as I'm you know, coming up with ideas of things to share about here and talk about. You know, I want this to be oriented around you and what you know, your interests, where your interests lie. So let me know what is it you've always dreamed of creating. Maybe you're already doing it, and you know, you can teach me something, because I'm just figuring this out as I go and making all sorts of mistakes and learning all sorts of lessons along the way. Speaking of mistakes, I'm going to perform this piece, and I've only been, you know, rehearsing this piece for about a week, so, you know, there may be some mistakes, but at the end of this month, if you haven't heard yet, at the end of this month, I'm doing a special live stream recital, a special live stream concert just for my inner circle, my patrons over on patreon.com. If, you know, you're not one of my patrons yet, and you'd like to learn more, you know, about the kind of the behind-the-scenes content that you get to see by, you know, supporting me there, the actual, you know, rewards are going to get sent to you, and the way you're going to actually have a really big impact on the pieces I'm writing, and, you know, kind of be brought through that process and get to see all of it firsthand. You know, shoot me a message, let me know, and I will share what all that's about. Just making sure my guitar's in tune. And I don't think there's any more special announcements right now, other than I hope you enjoy this, and, you know, if even you can use this when listening. So listen for the patterns, and I hope you go right on through the rest of life using pattern recognition, because it's really changed my life. So let me know what it is you'd love to create. I'd be really curious to know how patterns can help you create it, make it more effortless and easy, and just remove some of that spooky mystery that composers and artists seem to have. This really dispels it, but of course the wonderful thing about art is even when you do dispel little secrets like this, it still doesn't uncover everything. It still it actually makes it more enjoyable and more interesting and more compelling. So until next time, like pattern recognition, stay awesome and musical. Peace.